When I was a sales manager a long time ago, I used to have my reps do a readiness assessment. And it was really focused on the things that we needed to determine if we were going to decide to move forward with the deal. So it was, do they have a project team? Do they have an executive sponsor? Do they have specific funding allocated for this process? So it was blocking and tackling around whether or not this was a deal for us. So how should we think about readiness today? Or maybe more specifically, what needs to be in place before you decide you want to commit the resources to going after a deal? So I think there are really two things that you need to consider. The first is when the buyer contacts your sales team, they likely think they're ready, right? Some issue is manifest, which caused them to do research. In their research, they think better might be out there for them, and that's what they're looking for right now. They think better is out there, right? So the problem is if they haven't internalized their problem and the implications of remaining with the status quo, they aren't ready, right? This is the single biggest cause for no decisions. We run through a full cycle with a buying team and they tell us they're going to put things on hold because they really need to do more internal, analysis or whatever. It's brutal. It's brutal when it happens. So we need to do upfront work with the buying team to qualify them out if they haven't done their diligence, or qualify them in because they have. And then second is your own readiness to sell somebody. This is an area where if you put the work in, it's going to pay off. And here's what I mean. Most of us have a planning meeting before we do a demo, and unfortunately, many of those planning meetings happen 10 minutes before the demo. So here's what a real planning meeting should look like. First, you should know how the buying team is thinking about value for this project or for this initiative. Then you need to create a specific plan to bring that value to life. You should also prepare examples of social proof on how you've actually done that, how you've delivered value to customers. And then you also know the construction of the buying team, and you should have a plan that acknowledges the priorities of each member. For example, the end users are going to be worried about deployment, so I want to talk to them about implementation. And finally, you should have a clear and logical path for success for that buying team. So I think that would be a good start. That would help inform you as to whether or not you're really ready to sell somebody.